Good evening, T-Speaker 222 XRP Future Millionaire with the side bet on XM and Future Digibite OG. So guys, I'm coming to you on my phone right now. I want to do a quick update because there are a few things to talk about. The total crypto market cap has come back down from 2.085 to 2.067. Nothing unusual. We're coming up to the end of the daily candle. So obviously things move a little bit, a little bit more volatile. We got XLM under 26 cents. XRP's at about 28.2 or 78.2. The pump we were talking about earlier, that's if we can hold this area. It wasn't a guarantee that it's going to happen. It was just we're watching it, and we're looking to see if Bitcoin can do a mild push up to 44.5. I still think in the grand scheme of this, we're coming down to sub 60 cents in a very short time frame. And right now we're getting rejected by about that 80. We come up to 80 almost, but we can't get out of this area right here at like 79 cents. So that's what we're watching right now. But right now we got 75 cent support, 80 cent resistance. Looks like we're going to come up and try to finish this cup and handle up here at 83 like I talked about, or 85 in there. And then do we come up here or do we just pour out? I don't even know if we can get up there, guys. The point is we're watching this on this Saturday to see if we can pick up any volume. I haven't got into a position of any sorts because it's so up and down that I'm looking at Casper, but like I said, when I was talking about it as an entry, it wasn't the exact bottom. I would feel more confident on Casper CSPR to buy it on the uptrend, which right now, even with my cup that I drew out, you want to be on the top end of that little rounding bottom that I drew. So even now we continuously are on the bottom side of it. That's why I drew it like that, because you want to be rounding that bottom. Right now with how it is, we're rounding it, but we're rounding it to the bottom side, which means we could be rejected at this 11.73. So in the 30-minute time frame, I told everybody a good spot to buy would be if you're on top of that. That's why I put 11.73, because it's a hold, but there's other spots, 10.83. But to me, the best logical spot would be trying to ride for Casper. If you could somehow hit this uptrend, you always want to buy the uptrend. The closer to the uptrend you can get, it limits downside. So to me, it feels like 10.83 is going to be that ideal spot for Casper. It can obviously pop before that, but if you're looking for a nice, safe bounce and spot to buy, so then you don't have as much downside, it can go down to 9.8, but that's a fantastic spot to buy it right there. XRP, like we said, we're hitting this over top resistance. And this isn't going to be an extremely long update, but I wanted to make sure we got some information. I'm not shy about using my phone. I'll use my phone. I'm not going to make excuses. I love the tablet, but if I'm walking around and I want to give you guys information, I'll take the tablet out, or my phone. I've loved doing the updates on the phone. You guys know that. It's how I started. It's how I became who I am. So yeah, that's basically what we're looking for. We're crossing in this area where we've got a bunch of overhead resistance, which is a big problem in this area. So we just can't seem to get past it. So we could start to do that and then just pull down. But we're looking for some kind of bullish narrative, but we've got to get topside of that 80 cents before our daily close. I personally still think we have a better chance of going down before we ever sniff a dollar. But that is the bullish thesis if we do what I talked about earlier. And I'm sick of always coming on here being, oh, bear, bear, bear. But when we're bear, we're bear. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. If I got to talk bear for 10 months, I'm going to talk bear for 10 months until we hit that bullish momentum. So that's what I do, and that's what I think I do best because I'm impartial. 26 cents for XLM. We can see what's going on here. We just haven't gained any kind of steam to get over that 26.4. In fact, it's acted as a resistance. So could one say, if this doesn't come back up, could one just say, hey, we kind of, there is some weird stuff going on here. So if we get some volume, I would have expected if we were going to have a nice push, it would have been today. But now, as you can see, we're coming down the right arm, it looks like. Right, we took the stairs up, then we had a wild instability. That was just a crazy push up. But that's what we're seeing right now, ladies and gentlemen. And yeah, this is what I was talking about in the 30-minute with a couple other ones. Is that a left shoulder and a right shoulder? So it could be an inverted head and shoulders. That doesn't always play out like that. You can see how we came up and kind of made an immediate M, which could make things a little more interesting. In the 30-minute, DGB had its nice little push, but now it's come back through. So got a nice pull down. So we're going to see what is left here for DGB, but now it came down through the 3102 like we thought. Now it'll probably come back and test the 2971, that 30-minute time frame. And then if it stays above that, it could have a run back up to the top side and maybe retest that local top, but I don't know. It looks like the market's starting to run out of some steam here. But like I said, keep that narrative open, because if it does run that narrative and we hit these support structures properly, we could have a little bit of a pump still. And then the last thing I wanted to touch on was for Quran. I too looked at chain link, and I have it marked out at what I would do if it holds a certain level. So if chain link held this level of 25.32, you could ride a pump here. Obviously, you'd want it to be top side of that 30-minute time frame. But if this isn't the Bart Simpson top and come down like this and then push us farther down, which it could, but off of a bottom like this very well could push us into here, right? So 27, but we could also be looking at a push up to about 28, not first. That is a spot where we could end up, but I would say 27.73 if you can bust out of this $27. So that's what you'd be looking at here, Quran, in the short term. If we could hold this area, you've got a 6% swing trade in the first area, 9% in the second area roughly. And if you complete this whole cup, if it were to swing around like this, Quran, and come all the way up, dance here, and then do it probably down after, if you could do that. And that's a long stretch here. And you got top end potential at about 13%. But I would say fair, if you could hold this 25.32, you're probably going to end up coming up to $27 minimum. And then if you look at it in the 4 hour, one could say that chain link is ready to pump. And like, I have the eye on this too, because chain link has a inverted, what looks like you've got a inverted left shoulder. You create the head, come up to a right shoulder. You've got, yeah, because you're coming down, creating this. So, I mean, it's like a hip, shoulder, head, maybe, right shoulder. But you're definitely coming in inverted. You can say left shoulder, right shoulder. And the right side is more, it's up higher than the left side. So, the fact that it held 25.32 is a bullish sentiment here for chain link, if it can hold this area, because it's on the top side. So it's got to hold 25.32 though, Quran, for that to stay valid. But it definitely got a chance here. It does make me nervous that it's on the bottom side of the 30-minute and the 200-day, and it also makes me a little nervous in the daily. But it is coming up to like an arm here, so it's definitely something to watch, because it definitely looks like it completed a pretty successful cup here in the daily as well. It came around on support, so this could allow it to come up into this area. But we'd have to come through that 28.79 first. So there is potential here. There's some serious potential here. So you just got to watch and pay attention to these support levels. Make sure to hit that like button. I would really appreciate it. Turn that bell notification on. I did not expect this to be an 8-minute update.